on WFAA TV, Channel 8. The spirit of Texas. This is the News 8 Updates.
Really, I just think it was a sad day for America when that happened.
There'd have to be two magic bullets, not one. So Warren really is a very poorly written report.
President Kennedy sort of woke up America to be more interested in their country, and it lives on.
As you heard, strong feelings still linger in Dallas 35 years after an assassin shot and killed President John F. Kennedy. Good evening. Those who are old enough will likely never forget that traumatic day in Dallas in November 1963. In the past 35 years, the Kennedy legend hasn't faded, although with each passing year, it's a history lesson a new generation must learn. Channel 8's Doug Wilson reports tonight.
And I try to give public information related to the death of President John F. Kennedy.
A tour guide explains what happened in Dealey Plaza that fateful day 35 years ago.
One shot missed the car completely. One shot allegedly hit Kennedy in the neck and went on to hit the governor. And the third shot was the fatal shot.
In Dealey Plaza this day, Deanna Dove with her daughter and grandson.
That guy was up there, and he shot, and it went down to the car, and it shot him in the back of the head.
Dove was in Baylor Hospital and had just delivered her baby daughter when she got word of the shooting.
And I was in the recovery room, and the nurses came in and just started shaking me and crying and screaming and saying, the president's been shot, the president's been shot. And
about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this.
WFAA TV cut into programming to report the assassination live.
From Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas.
He became the nation's youngest president at 43. Handsome and smart, Kennedy was a war hero, a Pulitzer Prize winner, a congressman. And there was his lovely wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. Programs for medical care, education, civil rights, and Social Security were part of his new frontier for America. The Kennedy years came to be known as Camelot. Camelot and all its idealism came to an end on a Dallas street. It is perhaps why 35 years later, so many feel compelled to return.
I'm glad to see that people haven't forgotten that these people are here, and it means a lot to me. And today's one of the first days I haven't really cried a lot on this day, because it's a sad day as well as being my daughter's birthday.
Now, there have been some fairly large crowds down here at Dealey Plaza today. Most of them have left for the evening, but as you can see behind me, small groups of folks still coming by to pay their respects. This is Doug Wilson reporting live at Dealey Plaza. Back to you, Brad.
All right, thanks very much, Doug. At Arlington National Cemetery today, members of Kennedy's family paid their respects to the late president. Senator Ted Kennedy laid flowers on his brother's grave during a somber ceremony this morning. Other mourners also crowded the cemetery through the rest of the day. JFK's grave is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the country, drawing hundreds of thousands of people each year. Tensions rise in the Middle East tonight over a set of weapons documents. The Iraqi government says they already handed over millions of pages of records to UN weapons inspectors and that no more exist. But the inspectors still want more. Meantime, a spokesman for President Clinton's National Security Council says Iraq's explanation is insufficient and the U.S. remains prepared for a military attack. A Dallas County jury could begin deciding the punishment of a woman convicted of capital murder tomorrow. Last week, the same panel found Kimberly McCarthy guilty in the stabbing death of Dorothy Booth. Deliberations were set to begin on Friday, but were delayed because of a sick juror. McCarthy could receive the death penalty. In Houston, Continental Airlines apparently reached a contract agreement with its mechanics. The two sides worked through the weekend in an effort to end a work slowdown before the busy Thanksgiving travel week. The airline reported delays and cancellations last week because mechanics took extra time to finish routine maintenance on planes. There is no reason to slow down pursuing life's goals because of a physical impairment. World-renowned astrophysicist Stephen Hawking should know. The scientist, who's had Lou Gehrig's disease for many years, brought his uplifting message to young patients at Children's Medical Center in Dallas this weekend. Channel 8 medical reporter Sonia Van Sickle was also there.
When you're used to speaking to the world's greatest minds about everything from physics to the universe, what do you talk about to children? the same thing.
I have always been interested in how things work.
The Cambridge University professor and well-known author Stephen Hawking immediately put youngsters at ease by identifying with their curiosity.
I used to take things apart to see what made them tick, but I wasn't so good at putting them back together again.
Hawking must speak through a computerized voice box attached to his wheelchair.
The thing about gravity is that it pulls things together.
Diagnosed at 21, he's one of the longest living persons with ALS, or Lou Gehrig. But that means most of these youngsters have something in common with Hawking. As patients at Children's Medical Center, most of them are dealing with illness or disease that make their lives a challenge. Hawking proves his physical limitations have put no boundaries on his mind. He advised the youngsters to continue asking how things do what they do and why.
Too often they are told that these are stupid questions to ask, but this is said by grown-ups who don't know the answers.
Later, Hawking told us his main message for children is it's okay to ask.
Children have the true sense of wonder and inquiry that many people lose as they get older.
His presence made an impression.
You could learn a lot from people like him and the way he acts and the things that he does.
Did you know who he was?
No, not exactly, until my mom told me.
So what do you think now that you've had a chance to meet him?
Very exciting, and I like it.
Who knows? There might be a future Stephen Hawking in this group. Sonia Van Sickle, Channel 8 News.
And Stephen Hawking is in Dallas to appear this week at the Tate Distinguished Lecture Series, sponsored by SMU. Well, still to come on the update this Sunday evening, making the most of every donated dollar. We'll show you some guidelines when you open your heart and your wallet. Plus, an open house that attracted thousands of people to a small town in Iowa.
Coming up on the next Good Morning Texas, get the latest in gossip with the biggest mouth in Hollywood. Star Magazine's Janet Charlton. When it comes to health and fitness, this man wrote the book. Dr. Kenneth Cooper gives us the latest research on osteoporosis. It may be autumn, but it's time to plant those spring bulbs. Horticulturist Dottie Woodson gives you a head start on gardening. And Todd Harrison has been seen with dishes in his day, but not like this. It's fine china you can't find anywhere else. Find out where tomorrow at 9 on Good Morning Texas, right here on Channel 8.
Never do. Whoa!
Introducing the first luxury SUV that doesn't ride like a truck. The RX 300, Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year.
Well, hello there.
At Park Place, Lexus, Sewell Lexus, and Sewell Lexus of Fort Worth.
Oh, honey, this is the best. I gotta call Mom.
What's with the TV?
I don't know, honey. Where's the remote?
Buy Primeco's bonus pack now and get a 100% digital Qualcomm phone, 200 bonus anytime minutes, and a car power charger for only $99.
Call 1-800-PRIMECO.
It's an alliance that would change the face of the computer industry and the internet. Sources say America Online is in talks to buy Netscape. The $4 billion all-stock deal would leave AOL to run Netscape's website, as well as distribute the company's web browser. No word yet on any formal announcement. In Iowa, more than 3,000 people browsed through the McCoy family's new house today. The line for the public tour stretched around the block, as many came from miles around to see the 7-bedroom, 5-bathroom house. The McCoys didn't attend the tour for obvious reasons. They'll move in their famous septuplets tomorrow. All the materials and services were donated by the community. The holidays usually draw more donations from around the country. But how do you decide where to give? Channel 8's Dana Baird has some tips.
In Bedford, families lined up to receive the generosity of others. 2 tons of food will feed 2,000 families this holiday.
While some are doing so well, others are really hurting.
'Tis the season for giving thanks and giving to charities. But how does a donor find out how his or her money is being spent? The answer can help donors decide which causes to support. The Better Business Bureau has some guidelines.
Better Business Bureau standards say that at least 50% of total income should go towards the programs and activities that the group is saying they provide. Bureau guidelines also say that fundraising should not be more than 35%. So donors can use that information to make their own decision.
This time of year, prospective donors are deluged with requests for donations by mail. When sorting through the stack, the BBB cautions contributors to beware.
One thing we're on the alert for is any possible scams involving relief for the victims of Hurricane Mitch. There are people who take advantage and they start up an appeal where it basically just goes into their own pockets.
Charitable giving can be made easier by donating to organizations which serve as clearinghouses for other agencies. In Dallas, the United Way distributes money to 103 agencies.
In all instances, check where your dollars are going. Check to make sure the agency is a 501c3 agency, that they have a board of directors, that they have an accountable manner and can tell you where the dollars are being spent.
But there are many legitimate charities like Love for Kids, Inc., which rely on their reputations to persuade people to give.
This is our 23rd year in the city of Dallas, so if we have a lot of really good credentials.
The BBB says don't be afraid to inquire, then give, but give wisely. Dana Baird, Channel 8 News.
Our North Texas weather donated a pretty nice weekend.
Hey, no doubt about it. The entire weekend, very nice out there. It looks like the early part of the week are going to start off pretty nice.
Good deal.
That may continue, we hope.
What about Thanksgiving?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the big question. So I'll answer that for you with your forecast coming up next.
Live captioning of News 8 is sponsored by Green Oaks. To receive information about the Minrith Christian program, call 1-800-866-6554.
All the fun toys, guaranteed to bring out the kid in everyone at Best Buy. Now that's a great gift idea.
How you doing? Baby. Yeah, sure. Whenever he's here. Okay, it'll be just a few minutes. Do you think I can order checks from her? I mean, that she can...
Morning, thanks for calling Fox Bank. How may I help you?
You mean some temporary checks?
Yes, sir, we can help you with that home equity application. Let me bring you the correct
I don't
department.
know who to order it from. Okay, well, yeah, we can do it right now. I think. How you doing, okay?
It's back by popular demand. You've been asking for an encore from Whataburger's Grilled Chicken Club, so here it is. A mesquite-marinated grilled chicken breast with American cheese, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, cool, ripe tomatoes, and tangy honey mustard, all piled high on a toasted wheat bun. The Grilled Chicken Club. Get one at Whataburger today, because it's back for a limited time, only at Whataburger.
Well, just in case you didn't get a chance to enjoy the weekend across North Texas, weather-wise, it looks like the early part of the week will start off pretty nice as well. So if you missed out, you will get another chance, it does look like, for the early part of the week. Currently, we have clear skies out there, 62 degrees with the current temperature. Dew point now, 56. Humidity stands at 81%. Barometer, it is falling right now from 30.05, and those winds out of the south at 14. The official numbers from today, we got up to 70 degrees. Very pleasant out there. 45 was the morning low. Just a tad above where we should be, 65 and 43. 89, the record high. We set that back in 1955 and got down to a chilly 23 way back in 1898. All right, elsewhere around the area, everyone reporting clear skies in the lower 60s. 63, Fort Worth, Meacham, 61 now up in Denton. The same down for friends in Arlington, looking at 61 degrees, and Redbird Airport also looking at 60. As I mentioned, we're clear right now, but look for some low-level clouds to work their way on in late tonight. On the satellite picture, high pressure is in control, so that has kept things pretty nice all around the state, but we do have a little trough sitting about to the west and a developing cold front. This is going to swing through, but with the lack of moisture there, I don't think we're going to see much, probably not any in the way of precipitation, certainly not, maybe a few clouds, and it's going to shift the winds around a little bit, I think, as it moves on through tomorrow. 59 right now up in Oklahoma City as well as Amarillo. 54 for Shreveport, and as we head on down south, 66 for Brownsville, 61 right now in San Antonio. Now, on the national scene, we do have this system swinging through the upper Midwest, but again, a lack of moisture there, so we aren't looking for a lot of precipitation, some light, chilly rains, and maybe some light snow across portions of the Dakotas, Minnesota, into the Great Lakes. It looks like as that system moves on to the east for tomorrow. But most of the East Coast, with the exception of New England, looking pretty good. Now, out to the west, over the next couple of days, it is going to remain rather unsettled. You can see some showers now along the coast, and they'll have another system working its way in tomorrow, so that's going to dump some heavy rains, perhaps, and certainly some snows in the higher elevations. But temperature-wise, really not too bad across the country. 43 right now for Seattle. And as we head on over towards Chicago, 52 degrees, the nation's capital. It's a little bit chillier there, 39 degrees. And as you see, New Orleans right now, still looking at some scattered showers along the Gulf Coast with that stationary front. They have a current temperature there of 67. So what about tomorrow? There is that frontal system swinging on through, but again, all it's really going to do is shift those winds around, make them a little more northerly late in the day. As you see, high pressure will build in behind it once again. So we'll have those northerly winds and some slightly cooler temperatures as we head on into Tuesday. Still going to remain kind of pleasant. Out to the west, though, there's the next system making its way on shore. And even for us, we'll have a chance of seeing some activity move in here for the middle of the week, a very slight chance of some showers. So some clouds roll in here late tonight. Look for that low to be right around 55 degrees. We'll go with partly cloudy skies for Monday, the high right around 75. More of the same for Tuesday, but again, slightly cooler with the high right around 71. Slight chance, very slight chance of a few showers in here on Wednesday. But for Turkey Day, we clear out once again under partly cloudy skies and cool down a little bit toward the tail end of the week. Highs in the upper 60s, close to 70. So Thanksgiving right now looks pretty good.
Nice autumn week.
I think so.
Good deal.
All right.
Thanks. Well, coming up, celebrating the season a bit early. Why Santa is making tracks for Tennessee. And then on Sports Special, the Cowboys dominate the Seahawks at Texas Stadium. Dale has the highlights coming up.
The color of determination. One of the colors between the colors created by Canon. Canon Laser Color. Its only competition is reality.
They were nameless faces, grasping at hope's fleeting hand. But it was evil that reached out instead. 200 women savagely beaten and murdered. By a serial killer, or gangs, or a system that just didn't care. News 8's Alan Berg takes you through their uncomplicated lives and unimaginable deaths. An investigation you won't soon forget. Tomorrow night on News 8.
Circuit City has all kinds of audio systems and the best brands, so it's easy to find one that fits your space and your budget. We can answer your questions, and you always get our low price guarantee.
Right now, all home, car, and portable audio is on sale at Circuit City. All 31-inch and larger TVs, VCRs, camcorders, and appliances are on sale, too. Plus, save $180 on this IBM computer with monitor and Canon color printer, just $999.99. Plug into low prices at Circuit City.
Finally tonight, people in rural Tennessee are getting into the spirit of Christmas just a little early. Every year, a transportation company sponsors the Santa Train, which brings toys to needy children who may go without on Christmas morning. Supporters lined 110 miles of track. And this year, Santa also had a little help from country singer Travis Tritt. And a couple of Santas, too, of course. The Santa Train is a 56-year-old tradition in Tennessee. And by my count, we have 32 shopping days left until Christmas. It's never too early. Thanks for joining us for the update tonight. Dale Hansen Sports Specials next. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving this week.
Now you can watch News 8 live on the World Wide Web at WFAA.com.